time to play some Kaiserreich. Okay, so we're setting up the stream, and in case you're watching this from the future, you can skip ahead. You can skip ahead quite a lot. Hey, my one loyal viewer, you are the first one. That means you're cool. Just wait a little bit, because I'm going to be setting up some things right now. Got to finish a few edges. Yes, like that. Okay. Ukraine. Has been a while since I played you, so I don't really remember how things go. Okay. Those are my mobiles. Cools. Wait, what do we have? Russian language. Hetman's army. Wait, Hetman's army. But you're the Hetman. Krasnov. So that's weird. Certo. Almeno credo. Sì. Work in progress. Don't worry about this. Well, I am worrying about it. I don't know. Okay. Flamboyant tough guy. Okay. Iron-fisted brute. That's really good. Although it kind of isn't, because yeah, we need a lot of world tension to justify. Focus on military equipment. Oh, yes. Infantry proponent. Very nice. And plus 15% resources. Do we have any resources? Yeah, we do. Really nice. So we have resources. Let's put these dockyards to good use so that we can export said resources. Your Crimea. Okay. So all the divisions are in check. Very nice. Yeah. How are the volumes? Looks pretty fine. Okay. What about my research? I have mountain infantry for some really strange reason. And it seems like some of these airfields are bugged. Icons. Weird. Yeah. We do not have an intel minister. That's fine. Do we have companies? Yes, we do. We have no weapons manufacturer, though. That's not good. We have other manufacturers. That's nice. Niemiecko-ukraińska selcho-zjaistwienная komisja. Interesting. So we have a few things that we can do, but nothing too major. Let's do weapons, artillery, support. We're also gonna need trucks later, but those things are gonna come later when they're gonna be useful. We do not, if I recall correctly, we're not gonna get into wars very quickly, so pretty fast we can just get ourselves an industry. Free civilians. How many civilians? 7. Yeah, we're gonna need some extra civilians first. And then try to get some militaries. We have a lot of states, which means that we can get a lot of industrial development, even though these states aren't all that good. they're still gonna be fine. Insufficient resources, some tungsten, because we're doing artillery. Well, we're in the German sphere, so, yeah. Relations and distance means some good trading relations with Germany. They will not refuse that trade. About divisions, well, I don't really like field marshals, and I like generals, because traits are better. So you do that, and I'm just gonna take 6 of you. Like that. And you're gonna be Trickster, Old Guard, Engineer. Trickster. No, wait. Not you. For now, you. And then you go with, I guess, Commando. Yeah. Okay. Do we have any way to make you look halfway decent? Yeah, sure. What about you? You're that. Nice. You're gonna be yellow. You're gonna be a fort. You're the defense. Recruitment, reinforcements are the priority, but then do some infantry division. How many of these? 1. How many of these? 13. Nice. How many of these? 1 and 15. Okay. Let's go. Thank you. I want to know everything, of course. Missing equipment. Oh, light tank. Yeah, right. It's that, so the Kingdom of Ukraine. Oh, we don't have any manpower. Rip. Proclaimed its independence with the help of Germany on the 25th of January. Yet still, the national situation is unstable. Germany makes us sell our goods to its only allies. Ethnic Russians and pro-Russian populations dream of unification with Russia. Syndicalists gain popularity in the biggest cities. All Ukrainian nationalists proclaim that Ukraine should be for the Ukrainians and that our kingdom is no more than a German puppet. Fascinating, I guess. Even our government is divided, and Pavel Skoropadsky does his best to solve the antagonisms between the army. Oh, right, we can't do any national focuses. Because I'm guessing that we have to do some events. So the army, which consists of generals of the former officers of the Russian Imperial Army and other Ukrainian ministers who support our current position in Middle Europa. All these problems can only be solved when the majority of our population, the farmers and the peasants, have an opportunity to sell their agricultural products in Europe. Don't provoke the peasants. Yes, there's a lot of them. And we reached really far west of Ukraine. Is that a core? Yes. Kerensky? That is a core. And we also have an air force. Wow. Advanced. So we have 75 fighters overall, I'm guessing. Well, 50 deployed. What about the reserves? Yeah, 75 fighters of the World War I kind. Nothing too strong, nothing too weak. I need to set a location, of course. Course, locations. And I still cannot do anything with national forces, which is fine. We're gonna get some poly power to get some stability. And a Black Monday, of course. And that's not good. Minus 25% factory output. Really, really bad. Dominion of India. The White Guard, Bielaya Gvardia, is a film based on a novel written by the leader of the pro-Russian movement, Mikhail Bulgakov. The story of the film describes the life of one of the Russian family in Kiev just after the German occupation in 1918. The main characters are Russian officers and Ukrainian citizens who participate in defense of Kiev from the from disloyal to the new regime forces of the Ukrainian nationalists and different socialist groups as the soldiers of the army of Hetman Skoropadsky. The film analyzes the relations between the Russians and the Ukrainians. Conceived by Bulgakov as a symbol of national reconciliation, the White Guard encourages the unity of the kingdom and the friendship of its people, though some radical groups of the local nationalists consider this film to be Russian propaganda. Long live our people, united and free. That's a reference. Oh. So you're saying that. Already taking the road to war. So going for some military. They have an inefficient intelligence. What does that even mean? Oh, just -1. Oh, that's not very good. Party awards. Interesting. Unfulfilled import. Germans. What the? I have 365 influence. Like what? Whatever. No. Just give me 1. Yes. Germans not giving me tungsten. The dicks. How about our civilians? Our civilians are still working. That's the good thing about Ukraine's Black Monday, is that it doesn't destroy your consumer goods factories. That's nice. So civilians are still doing their thing. Still doing their thing, still being strong. And we still need some factories for light tanks, but that's fine. It's only 1 division with the light tanks. I would like to have a way to actually, like, find it. Problem is, they're all just called rifle divisions. Strelkovaya Divizia. Internationalist Congress in Paris. Nothing that we need to worry about yet. Strelkovaya Divizia. Fire support. Yeah, it's basically gonna be impossible to find it. Okay, so Republic of Afghanistan. Oh, agricultural crisis. Ukraine has traditionally relied upon its grain trade with the Germans to maintain economic security. However, the current economic and social troubles meant that Germans are now more interested in protecting their own farmers than subsidizing the Ukrainian agriculture. This could prove very dangerous for us. Without money from German trade, our ruling class of agrarian landowners could find it difficult to maintain their position in the countryside. Germany betrayed our peasants. Remove 1 civilian factory. Remove 1 civilian factory. Minister under political power. Not very good. So that's gonna slow me down. Slow me down quite a bit. Okay. Get some more research power. Republic of Afghanistan. So you're just up it, right? Yeah, you are. Before the agricultural crisis, different pro-Russian movements were rather weak and didn't pose much of a threat to our government. This crisis led to the growth of these organizations. Yesterday, a famous Russian writer from Kiev, Mikhail Bulgakov, proclaimed the unification of the three biggest movements into one, called Faith in Nation, Viera in Narod, or just VIN. Supported by the church, population of the southern and eastern Ukraine, and many officers, this movement could provoke instability in some parts of our country. We must really protest. That does not sound nice. Yes, so it looks like the far right are actually Ukrainian right and not Russian right. And the, okay. So the moderates are the more, I guess, Russian friendly. And then you have the socialists. Oh wow. Alexander Tukhachevsky. Ukrainska Partia Socialistów. I think these are just random names. Ivan Chernyakhovsky returns from Africa. Ivan Chernyakhovsky, a young and talented officer, returns to the Ukraine. He was a member of the voluntary Ukrainian division, which helped our German allies in Middle Africa. His books on the banks of the Congo and Safari made him the most popular Ukrainian soldier and writer in the entire country. Chernyakhovsky was promoted to the rank of colonel and will soon become the commander of the 4th Cossack Division, Serdutskaya Division, which belongs to the elite of the Ukrainian army. The first Cossack division. Wouldn't that be this one? I'm guessing. Dmitry Donsov, or Donsov, deported from Galicia. An ideologist of Ukrainian nationalism, has been deported from Galicia, where he had urged the Ukrainian population to fight against the pro-Polish government. He claims the crisis exposed the weakness of our government, and that's why Ukraine should be ruled by the real Ukrainian patriots. His slogan, "The Ukraine for the Ukrainians," is attractive to many citizens, especially in the western Ukraine. Well, of course. Yeah. How about you? You're a puppet of Austria. Puppet of Austria isn't good, but if at some point Austria were to fall into chaos, which they should become... Oh hey, Joig, how's it going? Everything fine? Yeah, ooh, of course. Yes, it's only temporary, I promise. So when can I actually, like, do something with this national focus? I'm guessing there's gonna have to be some kind of meeting or election. Of course, Romania is kind of a dick in this mod. Khrushchev criticizes the Ukrainian parliament. Of course, Khrushchev, a prominent Ukrainian social democrat, has opened the third Congress of the Ukrainian Syndicalist Party. He demands that the government uses extreme measures to defend the workers and peasants from poverty. To further this, he has proposed a new program of social reforms which should help Ukraine overcome the crisis. He is going to present his plan to the Rada. Extreme measures? Sounds like Bolshevism. Of course it's like Bolshevism. You're a social liberal, so you might yet turn a republic. You still got the Soviet threat though, so still might have the Civil War, which of course would be good for us. The more Russia is weak, the stronger Ukraine is. Because Ukraine's big. Thanks. Minister supports his ideology. Of course, the national populists are gonna gain power. Who's the national populist? Doroshenko. So the iron-fisted brute. Of course he's a national populist, I mean. I guess there's nothing really we can do. So the Organizacja Ukraińskich Nacjonalistów, the organization of the Ukrainian nationalists, gains some popularity. Mosley elected as chairman of the TUC. Yay. Totalists in Britain. This is gonna be fun. When Britain is insane, Kaiserreich is more fun. Oh, our future. The agricultural crisis has almost shattered the Ukrainian economy and the stability in the country. The king barely controls the country. The loyal to the hetman peasants want land reforms. The pro-Russian forces and the nationalists claim that the radical measures and the syndicalists mobilized their supporters all over the country. Various political movements struggle for power in the country and have to choose who will lead Ukraine in the future. Ukraine has not yet died. Of course, Ukraine is strong. And now we got our future, okay. And in Poland, the military seizes control. Of course. The military chose for her. So we have three choices, right? We have the Solid Rada, which goes for Ukrainian nationalism. We have a coalition, which goes for either Viera i Narod, faith and nation, or I'm guessing just, you know, patronal autocrats. Yeah, it doesn't look like it changes anything, so it's gonna stay patronal autocrats. Crisis in the coalition, a successor for the king. Yeah, and then you can do a bunch of stuff. Or you can go with the Popular Front and Khrushchev. I think I am going to go for Khrushchev, because I haven't played a syndicalist in quite a long time in Kaiserreich. And for Ukraine, it's a little bit more interesting because you're not really safe. Like, if you're playing syndicalist anywhere else, like in Scandinavia, that's fine. In America, that's fine. In South America, that's fine. Asia, that's fine. But here you've got the Germans right on the doorstep. So it's going to be not easy for us to survive, and that's kind of fun. So Khrushchev, who is a well-known Ukrainian social democrat, proposes a populist, but very popular among the peasant ideas of reorganization of the agriculture. We have to admit that some of his propositions can help Ukraine in this crisis. Maybe we should invite him into the government and allow him to reform the economics. Let's try that. Of course. I'm still not producing enough guns. But rifles and carbines. Produced by Alexander Dovzhenko, the film Rifles and Carbines, Gwintivki ta Karabiny, is devoted to the story of the struggle between the Russian White Forces under General Drozovsky and the forces of the Ukrainian Kingdom in 1918 in the southern part of the Ukraine during the Yasi-Don March. So Yasi is like, I'm guessing somewhere around here, if I recall correctly. It's near Kishinev. All these names are in Ukrainian, so I don't recognize them. It's near Kishinev, but I don't remember where that is. Oh well. And of course the Don is around here. What about... Okay, so the film, which was conceived to be an answer to Bulgakov's White Guard, doesn't try to point out the possible ways of the reconciliation, but shows that the potential separatists and spies of the foreign powers still hide among the Ukrainian population and can try to take power in the country if Ukraine becomes weaker. Death to the enemies of Ukraine. That's a lot of minus political power. These damn movies, though. These damn movies are not fun. They just fuck me up. Still have only 20 factories. How many factories are we actually going to get from focuses? Tax the land of the kulaks or expropriate. Okay, so we can literally genocide the kulaks. Language issue. Okay, so far no red resistance. Weird. Oh, okay, so we can then do that. That's fine. Yeah, Khrushchevka is pretty cool. You get one civilian factory. Then you have some economics here for Ukrainian recovery. Loan for industrialization. Taxes for industrialization. Okay, so you can either go with native, or you can try to ask the Germans for help. Considering what we're about to do, I don't think we're gonna ask the Germans. So yes, you don't really get a lot of free factories. Yeah, you don't really get a lot of free factories, but I'm guessing that if you ask the Commune of France for help, they're gonna give you some factories. Okay, so construction is very important because of that. Now, let's do some land doctrines. What can we do for land doctrines? Army of the Peasants, Mass Assault Doctrine. Of course, which gives you 250% for mass assault plus 150% for land. Then you can do Thunder and Lightning, which is gonna be for superior firepower, support artillery, and land doctrine. Encircled Nation, Grand Battle Plan, land doctrine. Mobile warfare, mechanized armor. I am interested in the armor because mobile warfare is good, and getting some tanks would be cool. But I don't know if we're gonna have the industry for that, like ever. Yeah, we got that minus 25% from Black Monday. Okay, yeah, let's try mobile warfare. because it's good even without tanks. It's actually really good even without tanks. But hey, would have been better with some armor. Would have been much better. And then eventually we'll just try to get some stuff. Nothing in world tension so far. And Russia's still around. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is trying to rush for the Red Hetman, and then try to, because the two last focuses for politics are really nice. The Red Hetman doesn't have a time requirement, and then I can try to go for a new foreign policy. Oh, yeah, try to go for new foreign policy and cooperation with France, so that I can try to join the International and be a little bit safer. As one of the few social democrats in the Rada, Nikita Khrushchev wields an extremely powerful influence over the Ukrainian peasantry. He has taken advantage of our troubles in a recent speech, where he has called openly for sweeping land reforms, an extension to the electoral franchise, and an end to the landlord dominance in the countryside. These demands are extremely popular among the lower classes, and are giving them some dangerous ideas. Well, maybe we can use Khrushchev and allow him to start some unpopular among the landlords reforms in our economy, which we must do anyway. So dismiss Skoropadsky and invite Khrushchev to head a popular government. Yes. So we become syndicalists. And of course, people like us. Syndicalist people like us. And not syndicalist people really don't fucking like us. Germany still likes us because we're in Mittel Europa. But that's fine. Hey, weren't we supposed to get some, oh well. We're still syndicalists. It's funny, because our king is the head of the syndicalists, somehow. And now Khrushchev is our head of government, and he's an ambitious union boss. Then we still have authoritarian Democrats in other parts of our government, so that's really weird. And that gives us some polypower at the cost of more consumer goods factories, which isn't good, because as you can see, that fucked our civilian factory production. But yes, let's do the popular front. So though we allowed Khrushchev to reorganize the economy, many of our legislators in the Rada prevent any attempt with Khrushchev to reduce the role of the landlords in the country. That's why Khrushchev has announced the creation of the Popular Front, which will unite the left members of the Supreme Rada and give him enough authority to change the laws. And of course, this starts right away. The massive minister supports his ideology nonsense are going to be trying to get some extra stability, so we're just going to say there's nothing for now. There's still quite a lot of popularity for the national, the authoritarian Democrats and the national populists, so that's not too great for us. White Ruthenia is doing the Spirit of Freedom, of course. And there goes Tibet, somehow. Oh, the Maklik. Wait, the Maklik? Somehow they held off against Mongolia and destroyed Tibet. Interesting. So we still have the problem of the Hetman's army, because we have minus 25% recruitable factor from the Hetman's army. Is there a description for that? No. Yeah, still, and also minus 0.70% flat recruitable pop. Yeah, there's some pretty bad stuff around. We just need some normal stability. So I think average stability is at 0, right?